Hello there, my music lovers. I'm Josh from Audiophile Heaven, and today we're having a look at HIDIZS MD4. This is an in-ear monitor, or IEM, priced at $180, and it is part of HIDIZS new IEM releases. It comes with configurable sound. It has two switches on the back of the IEM, and it has proven to be quite comfortable. So let's take a look at what HIDIZS MD4 can do and why you would want to go for it. I decided to skip the package part altogether because no one really wants to know about the package. You can find the package information on any websites. The build quality of the MD4 is quite good. They are made quite well. They have this nice cable. I've seen this cable on many hi-fi IEMs. It is pretty much the same cable every single time. It is twisted. It is usually a copper kind of cable, and it is fairly reliable. I used a few of those for a few months and I had no problem, so it should prove to be okay in the long run. The cable is connected to the IEMs via 2-pin connectors, and the IEMs come with pretty high quality tips from the factory. Those are some of their basic Chinese silicone tips, but they don't give me any kind of discomfort, so they are a good quality. The shape and ergonomic of the MD4 is quite natural. They have no driver flex when you insert them, but they have a bit of void, so you should not take them out of your ears too hfast. While being worn, the HIDIZS MD4 provides between 15 and 25 decibels of passive noise isolation, depending on the frequency we're talking about, and they are generally quite comfortable. They are on the medium towards large sized, but they still don't touch any part of my ears, so they should be okay for people with smaller ears too. The fit is medium. It is not very shallow but not very deep either, and the bore size is on the slightly larger side, which can create some discomfort for those who have very small ear canals. The whole IEM is generally built quite well. They have this nice faceplate that has a nice aesthetic to it, but they are fairly hard to drive, and I've noticed this while trying to drive them out of my Xiaomi Black Shark 4 smartphone, when I noticed that even at maximum volume the Xiaomi Black Shark 4 wasn't quite enough for the HIDIZS MD4. Basically, even driving them at the maximum resulted in a pretty poor overall sonic quality and a pretty distorted sound, so I prefer driving the HIDIZS MD4 out of a music player or out of a little dongle DAC/headphone amplifier like the Lotopo S2. The Lotopo S1 would work great as well, even Shining UA3 and pretty much any other respectable dongle. They are just not made to be driven out of a smartphone, which is interesting given their price point. I would have expected them to be drivable from a smartphone. The sonics of the MD4 are quite different than what I've seen from HIDIZS so far. This is the kind of IEM that has their best try at a natural sound. It is still not quite natural, it is still a bit V-shaped, but the bass is quite natural in both quantity and presentation. It has a slightly slower speed than what I'm used to seeing from HIDIZS. They also have a very natural mid-range with not a lot of coloration and a pretty good detail. They have a natural soundstage in both width and depth, and they have a slightly harsh, slightly grainy treble, which I noticed and I thought I should mention. The treble is okay for pop music, for EDM, for electronic and for any kind of commercial music, but it can be a bit too aggressive for metal and for rock music. Situation in which I would recommend you considering other IEMs, even from HIDIZS, like their MM2, which is smoother and which has a more natural overall sound for rock and for metal. I find it surprising to say this myself, but the MD4 is a pretty good value. The overall build quality is great, the cable is of a good quality, and the package is nice too. So although I promised that I wouldn't do the package, I need to mention the carrying case, which seems to be made of leather. Looks pretty cool and has more than enough space inside for the HIDIZS MD. At about $180, they have a ton of competition, and this includes IEMs or in-ear monitors like Audiophile C, which is more V-shaped and has more bass, also a bit more treble, and a smoother overall texture and a more open sound. HIDIZS MD4 tends to be slightly more revealing and more detailed, but the sound can also feel a bit more forced compared to the Audiophile C. There is also the Queen of Audio Adonis, which has a more revealing sound and can be a bit more fatiguing than the HIDIZS MD4, and there are a few other options. I'll be making a full written review on those, and I hope you will be looking forward to that. I hope you will check out the full written review. Don't forget you can order using the links in the video description. You can also donate if you feel like it. Don't forget, I would really appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel if you would like this video, to show me that you like my slightly smoother style. I thank you for watching and I hope we'll see each other really soon. Bye bye!